type of problem in a year and a half or so. I can't say I love it, if I'm being honest here. Uh, was not looking forward to having to deal with that.
Vocal test track to the K-pop club.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Very cool.
I had to dig through an old Discord conversation to find it.
All right, there we go.
That's fabulous.
Ryan's back.
I am back. Sorry, everybody. Total random Windows 11 page fault error for some reason.
Why can't it just not?
Right, just
force an
leave me
update?
alone.
Get off my back, Mom.
Now,
don't
the real
understand.
question is, and I don't know this because I haven't had to save the game yet. Does the game auto-save? Do you have to manually save?
No, well, yeah, you can manually save, but it should have autosaves.
Oh, that's good.
If I lose one combat or two combats worth of progress, I'm willing to keep going. If I would have to start over, we're just going to listen to some tracks from the OST.
No, you will not have to start over.
That's good.
Also, I just I dug up like the old vocal test track for that the K-pop club. It's in another Discord chat, so I just sent you the link. Can you download that, Ryan? I don't.
Yes, I can. Hold on. You
That's
send that to me.
Oh, on Discord. I just teamed it to you over there. Actually, Teams probably has a chat too. Let's see. Where's the Teams?
Yeah, they
chat? There it is. Let's see
Oh,
if it
I might
works.
have to go. He's crying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll be
Okay.
right back. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, see if that will actually let you download, because Discord links are kind of funny. If it's super weird, I can just actually like upload it directly to my drive.
Almost there, Ryan? I don't hear you. Why don't I hear you? It says you're muted in Teams.
Oh, there we go. Yes, I've got it all. Jimmy's great. He sent me the file. You can hear me now.
Great. I do hear you.
Of
now.
all things, I nudged the damn microphone when I was like readjusting.
Oh, sure.
To sit down after
Okay.
like freaking out about the computer. Anyway, let me
Alright,
share.
Folks, I'm gonna peel out. He's a little upset, so I'm gonna
Okay.
go.
Okay.
It was so nice to meet you.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you
you,
so
Karen.
much for being here. It was a pleasure. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
so much.
Bye.
All right, so we need to share our screen. We're not going to share people of note just yet. We're going to share VLC to the Discord call. And there is no visual accompanying this, folks
No, it's
just watching Twitch. So you're just going
this
to
is just
listen with me.
Kind of a concept.
This was the original like
conceptual of-
town music, or
No. This is the World's Generation music. This was kind of
Oh,
like what
okay.
I originally it was going to have lyrics, but as we
That's
kinda
right,
ran out of
okay.
budget and stuff, we were going for kind of like a BTS vibe or whatever.
yeah. All right,
So.
here is the file that I just got sent.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Actually, I'm into this. You could have kept this.
Those are
Anyway,
great.
so yeah, those were all canned loops, which unfortunately wasn't really enough to make a full song, but it was just sort of
Yeah.
kind of a proof of concept there. But by then we had pretty much expended our budget, so it is what it was.
Stretch goal, you know?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. Thank
That
you
is
for sharing
awesome.
that.
All right. I'm going to hit resume and hope that we jump back
Infinitely
here.
listenable. Yeah, go for it.
And then I will share people of note back with you. I just want to see where we load into.
Yeah.
Oh, we're great. Okay, that's fine.
Good. Autosaves are so nice.
right?
Remember back when
I do
games
like-
didn't happen? Those were some times, man.
Intimately, yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate like the intentionality of still doing a save before something big, right? Like having both, where like it's auto
Yes,
saving
yes.
some progress, but like you can make a save in a specific spot.
Right, we just
Yeah.
have to fight this one fight again, and then we're gonna be
That's
back
right,
through the
you
door.
you wanted that treasure.
I still do want the treasure. Sorry, team.
I think we were actually talking about games respecting the player's time, and that kind of goes in the same thing. It's just
Does
like
go with that.
there's a balance to be struck there. Like, since you went ahead and came out and like named the Souls games, like From Software is an amazing developer. Like they design a fantastic game. Like legitimately, those games are incredible.
Absolutely.
And part of that is because they're very hard. I understand that that's kind of like their intention, and that's part of what makes it, you know, oh man, the satisfaction when you beat a thing. It's like, no, that's great. There is definitely something to be said there. However, there is less satisfaction to be had when, you know, you just don't have the time to put into it, or if you just physically have like a handicap that makes the boss fights hard, or if your power goes out and suddenly, you know, kind of the same thing. It's like they don't like to give you like a save point right by a boss fight. You have to do that long trek back and get your stuff back, and do like I get it, it's part of the thing, but for me at this point in my life, younger Jimmy would probably be like, you know, oh yeah, no, I'm totally on board with all of that. But like at this
Yeah.
point in my life, those autosaves are just absolutely. It's the same thing with like when I'm working. Like sometimes the power goes out and it's just like,
Yeah.
oh man, did I lose 5 minutes of work or did I lose 3 hours of work? Or,
Yeah.
Right. And like this one fight, totally trivial to redo, right? But
Yeah.
we couldn't have like redone, even though it would have only taken me half the time because I know exactly where to go now. We don't have the time to like redo the whole darn thing that we did, right? Like, okay. No, don't actually need that. Okay. But he doesn't have an accessory. And now he does. Okay. And then the vinyl record dude.
Oh, actually, I forgot. The whole reason I brought that up to begin with is because you can, at any point in time, change the difficulty in this. You can also turn it all the way off. You can also turn the puzzles off. So, like,
I
you
saw
wanted
that you can
to-
turn the puzzles off.
yeah, you can
I'm not
basically just play it through
feeling
on
that
story mode.
personally.
Oh no.
But-
I like puzzles.
But there's
for somebody who's
something to
just
be
like-
said for accessibility. The other game I've seen that did it really well, not to just find excuses to hype up my friends, but also my friends rule, everybody. Tunic. Or sorry, no, Chia, scored by John Robert Matz, lets you, if you get stuck at a spot, there's an option in the menu that just says skip to the next relevant plot beat,
Interesting.
which is maybe an extreme way of doing it, but also then, like, let's say I have bought this game for my 7-year-old child. Like, if they get really frustrated, they can just experience the story, right?
And that's the thing is like
You've caused a lot of trouble tonight. Cadence is
I get that a lot of folks want want that challenge for themselves, but you'd think like the game developers
me.
want
I had to give up
as many people to play the game as possible.
I sacrificed
So
so
making
many
it, and
years
a lot of
that you do it,
accessibility
Cadence.
comes down to
It's
like
easy to want things.
configurability
It's
and
much harder to achieve
customization
them.
in menus because you're going to
I
have
just wanna be
different
up there. I'll do whatever I
overlapping
have to.
access needs, right?
Mhm.
And even
And
the
you
same
think that
person
silly little
may have
contest
different
is your
needs
sounding
on
board.
one day versus another if they're having
You're
a
not the
flare or
first to
something,
come
right?
seeking my approval. I've seen plenty of people
It's so
like
key.
you. No,
Absolutely.
you haven't.
And
But
the
in
best
every
games just
conversation
make
I've
it
had
granular.
with
Well,
like
Cadence,
a From
I'll give
Software
you
like
this
mega
if you
fan,
want what I have. You
like
need to be
just
willing
the
to
audacity of me
sacrifice.
to suggest that they add an easy mode,
Show me you have
Right.
it.
Right.
like
Fight
the
me?
hostility I met with.
This has gotten
Nothing says pop like a little drama. You're on, Una.
Nothing says public drama.
Okay,
I love
this
a
is your
boss
first
fight.
Boss fight, yeah.
Nice.
So
New
you'll
tra-
notice the music is now different.
I was just gonna say we get a new
Um,
track
I
here,
came
yeah.
for the queen, and I'm not gonna miss. Good. Show me that resolve. That fire.
is the chord going to resolve?
I've got your back, Kate. Let's do this.
All right. They grow powerful over time. Okay.
Oh, they have a crescendo meter. That's great.
Love it. Okay.
fun, more fun trivia. The boss fights are slightly different than the regular fights in that I had to write like 11 versions of every single combat track because. So right now you have basically just Cade, and then Saren, who is not even really he's just kind of like your buddy for the intro of the game.
Sure.
But when you get your actual party assembled, you'll have 4 band members.
I'm not really a solo act.
Style, and then a 5th track to denote the actual like combat for the level. So in this one, it's K-pop. But then if you come back here with a full party, then there would be the K-pop track, then there'd be Cadence's pop version of that K-pop track, the rock K-pop track, the EDM K-pop track, and then the hip-hop K-pop track.
Oh man.
And then you also unlock a like a mashup ability, which gives you a whole lot of extra boosts and stuff. So then that means on top of that, there's 6 additional variations, which means there's going to be pop rock, pop EDM, pop hip hop, rock EDM, rock hip hop, and EDM hip hop. So that's 11 variations right there. And then we actually did unlock like 3 in the 4-way mashups later on, but I didn't have time to do that many more arrangements because we had no more money at that point.
Yeah.
And it would have just been like a crazy amount of work. But it was a cool idea, and I wish we'd had it sooner, like earlier on, because that would have it would have affected the writing process. Originally,
Totally. Yeah.
when you do the mashups, like you know, it's up to the player. Whenever the player hits the input for the mashup, then it was going to switch over to the mashup for like 8 bars or something like that, and then go right back to the style of music that the song originally was in. But we abandoned that for a couple reasons. Number one is we thought it would be cooler to change up the thing, and later on, as you'll encounter in like the future levels, these styles kind of change randomly, which kind of makes you have to like adapt your play style because the players get different like buffs depending on what style of music is playing. So that's the thing. But another thing too is we just wanted them to be able to like just kind of sit down and let the music play so they could like enjoy the whole song. So the problem with like blending say 3 genres together for the duration of an entire track is that you just kind of had to have all of them up to 11 all the time since you didn't know which 8 bars were going to be selected to be playing.
Sure. Yeah.
And so it didn't really give me any room for like ebb and flow in the songs. You just sort of had to be like, okay, well, how do you have you know, an EDM track playing over top a hip hop track, playing over top a K-pop track, like the entire time without any
Hit her with a perfect rhythm strike.
without any ebb and flow. So kind of a unfortunate thing that we figured out a little bit too late, but we did. Oh, and right, what I was going to say is, so the boss tracks don't have variations to the boss tracks like the regular level combat music does.
Because the music kind of belongs to the boss more than to your party, right?
Yeah, so in this one you have the boss version, which is Universe's like combat music, which you're hearing right now. And then in the future, there would be Cade has her own like boss theme, and then her other party members have their own boss theme. So they're not like a 1-to-1. Like, so if it switched from Universe's theme to Cade's theme, it wouldn't be like, oh, this is just a different style cover of the exact same song. It'd be like a notable difference. It'd be like, oh, this is a different track, but that was only for the boss themes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's a much more concise way to explain all that, but it's
Thanks.
that's the best I can do. This is all very experimental.
That's cool.
This is cool.
Well, as we were saying, obviously, this is all pandering to us as musicians, and we love it. We love it. But there was something to be said about being caught up in the gameplay in Stray Gods, meaning that like only the people watching were kind of getting the full effect of the music.
Right.
So those of us streaming with Ryan, like, great, but Ryan as the player was like trying to figure out what to do, right, and like make decisions so quickly. It was. I bet like you would have a hard time singing back anything from that game to us, Ryan, right?
Maybe the opening track I could still pull off, the one that's in all the trailers and everything as well.
Right.
But no, I don't think I can right now.
The clef is yours, Cadence.
Hey,
Hey, all
you
right,
got
we
the
win.
golden clef.
You don't know how much this means to me.
You beat the
You earned
game.
it.
That's right.
We've been waiting for someone like you.
What do you mean?
The other 4 members of the council are rather tired of Sharp and his pet boy band. But it's hard to deny the audience their preference. Give us something new, Cadence. Something we can... Watch me. Oh, we will. See you on
All right.
stage.
So are we going to get a musical number yet at this juncture here?
You're very close.
Yeah. I was hoping we could get one more before we have to call it for the night here. Let's go see. Let's leave the club.
In the club.
I can't believe how nice
We all
she
fam.
is.
You were terrified.
It's an old reference.
You were terrified. I came to play.
You know
It's
what?
actually into
You
club.
sure
We all
did.
fam.
I told you were great.
You also told me to try
10
you
years
first
old.
last.
Apparently, that was a 2016
Well,
episode of Broad
the
City.
next time you need a
That's
one-of-a-kind
crazy.
favor from someone on the ruling body of Cordia, we'll start with the scary K-pop queen.
Definitely.
If it isn't Candace.
Sharp.
It's Cadence, Councilman.
Of course. What did
This is how I'm gonna picture Joe from now on, dressed exactly
what do
like
you
this.
have there?
The
Then I'm gonna see him somewhere and be like,
the
"Oh,
problem is he could rock
your
this
scarf?"
fit and look great, actually.
yeah."
It appears the
Stupid
contest
Josie
to
Jr.
endure you are-
Being good at everything all the time.
Your beautiful whistle.
Beautiful good looks and your
Yep.
charming talents.
I really like his recently music video for Genshin Impact, actually.
Yeah,
What are you
it
doing
was
here,
it was
Sharp?
very good.
I'm here to see Miss Verse, young man. Council
Miss
business.
Verse.
The work of a dedicated public servant is never done. Congratulations on your achievement, young woman. I am sure it wasn't easy.
Ooh, young woman lands differently off of his mouth in that dismissive tone, doesn't it? Damn.
Yeah.
A word of
Young
advice.
woman.
You may have found a way past my judgment this time, but there are no golden clefs once you've entered the contest. You will win or lose on your performance alone.
I like her facial expression here. She's over it.
Yep. And he's pissed, man.
Eh.
Also, how
Ready to
much
throw
hair
hands.
is coming out the top of his hat? That's
Quite a
excellent.
bit. Quite a bit.
If you bring the same garbage you sang at the audition, well,
Yeah, they
I
gotta
can't
fix that
speak
bridge.
for your chances.
You can't talk to her like that.
Come on, Saren. This won't accomplish anything.
Stupid jerk.
Sick burn, Karen. Saren.
Right.
Happy to meet my constituents.
I kept calling him Karen for the longest time. Not because of like any sort of Karen joke, because just my brain kept like pronouncing it as a hard
Hard C,
Yeah, it's a
right?
hard C.
I don't know why.
All right, back we go.
We've had a lot of conversations when we stream like earlier games when we didn't have full voice acting, and like how did you pronounce different characters or different spell names, stuff like that. And it's really interesting that a lot of us had very different reads of names, especially like JRPG character names growing up. Like Chrono Trigger, there was a Marley contingent, and then there was a Marl contingent. Like, do you pronounce the E at the end?
Right.
Is it like Celeste, like Celeste or Celis? that was
Or like a
one.
cellist
Or
plays
like a
the-
Celis, yeah.
that plays the cello.
That
Right.
plays the cello. I get to
This
play
is
with a
wild.
cello on
So
Saturday.
wild. I've still got adrenaline singing in my veins.
Speak for yourself.
We're doing an
I'm
Irish
exhausted.
inflected
Let's celebrate. in a
cocktail
minute.
hour for a wedding.
It's
So
okay
it's like
so long.
modern pop, but then they're like, throw in Danny Boy. I was like,
I'm
all
gonna send a
right.
pic.
Throw in Danny
We'll try to
Boy.
make it not sad. We'll try to make Danny Boy not funereal. But yeah, we threw in a bunch of like jigs for
Nice.
fun. It's gonna be a
Love it.
really fun time.
All right, very good.
Tappy tappy tap. It is a good sound.
Hmm.
Good like interface sound design
Singing
is
noteworthy.
Yep.
so magical
Maybe
when
on
it's
stage,
right
I'm
with
gonna
something
sing
like
in
that
front of
you
thousands
interact
of
with all the
people.
time.
It's crazy, right? Because
Will you come watch me?
if it's done well, a lot of the time it's almost kind of invisible. But if it's
Mhm.
done
Yeah.
badly, it's just like glaring. Like, you know, I mean, it's the same with music or
Or
anything. It's
typography.
And
like if it's done well, you almost don't notice. So it's like if people don't comment on it, it's almost kind of a good thing. But
now there's kind of rules for it, right? Like,
yeah,
and maybe Square set some of these where like a confirmation tone is a rising thing, but a backing out of a menu is a
yeah,
right?
yep.
Right now, I get to link one of my favorite things to assign in music classes, even though it's actually about typography. It's the Crystal Goblet by Beatrice Ward, and I've mentioned this before on stream. But she basically compares typefaces to glasses that you would drink wine out of, and saying like you can have like a clear crystal
No,
goblet, or you can
Of
have
course
like
I am. It's just
holy grail
I'm thinking about
chalice
what
with
Eunice
jewels encrusted.
said. Something
Yeah.
like,
And the one draws attention to the vessel and the other's drawing attention to the wine, right?
Sure.
And that she's like, good typefaces are the crystal goblet. They aren't aiming to be ostentatious unto themselves. Like,
The cup of the
obviously we
carpenter,
have-
right?
yeah, like we have fun.
and I barely
We have
got
fun
it at all.
typefaces for like titling or,
Contest is less than a month away.
t-shirt design or whatever else have you. But like when you're turning in an essay or a really long form article, like you can't be doing that in Comic Sans, man.
People
Like-
don't want new.
That happened to
People-
Addie. I can't
Ugh.
share the image with everybody on the stream in public view the way I have sent it to Dana. But somebody in Addie's office
Absolutely
sent a
wild.
message to the whole department that was like, hey, somebody mailed us a check for $40,000. Whose check is it? And it's in Comic Sans font.
That's just, oops.
People don't know what they want.
That's just
It's
wild
my
to me.
job to show them something new, right?
I love how many of my friends over there were like, I could take the $40,000 check. I'm just saying.
Something better than
Yeah, please.
Smolder.
Have you looked around lately? This city loves Smolder. If you're tired of Smolder, you're tired of Cordia.
Huh.
What?
Come listen to this.
Yeah, let's hear a new thing. I'm going to turn up the audio.
Eee, exciting.
Found this last night. I think the convergence increased the station
Oh, I
rate
love
somehow.
papyrus, but
There.
not for an essay, Jordan. Obviously, as like the Egyptology fan of the group, I love me some papyrus. It's like kitsch Egyptology right there.
Let me see if I can boost the signal.
I don't know. I won't talk
Wow.
over the song, but I'll type in chat.
So, yeah, we're picking up the radio station from one of the other towns. I love this.
It's interesting, but it's not pop, Kate. I think it's rock.
Oh, wait, let it play.
Oh,
Listen, you hear that? Imagine this, but with pop vocals. Some accents, a counter melody.
I can dig
I
it.
don't know.
Trust me, it'll work. With my pop and this rock stuff, I'll make
Rock?
Proc.
Rock.
whatever it's called. It's gonna get
Sounds
me
too
to
close
win.
to Prague.
I just need someone to work with me on this. Someone who knows it, who can teach me.
Nobody even listens
With
to
unlimited
this stuff.
budget.
No
Oh,
one
imagine
plays
the
it.
prog rock
Not here,
area
they
of this.
don't. There's a whole world of music out there, Saren. Somewhere in Note, there's a rocker
The
who can
battle
make my
suddenly
dreams
take
come
11
true.
minutes.
Do you even know the first thing about what it's
I know you're
Yeah.
joking, but
No.
I'm
do you?
kind of not though, because I'm really into prog rock.
No! That's my point. We've never been outside.
So
the
now we're
city
going to have to
limits.
go on this big journey to find all the mixtures of music
I'm
and make
just
the
saying,
one great
you
song
gotta
for
be
the
sure about
competition
those
here.
things.
yeah.
I love
got it.
this.
For the first
Yeah.
time in my life, I really am.
Just past the hour, you're listening to KDUR, Durandus Radio, where rock rolls on.
Okay.
Okay.
You know I can't take the time off work. This place would collapse within a week.
No, yeah. I know.
I'll meet you at the city limits when you're ready then.
Thanks, Saren.
Oop.
Nice. Here we go.
Sits up a little straighter.
And props to the animation team here.
This is my moment, but am I ready for this? Gotta stay focused, just need a little assist. The deadline's tight, but I'll pack up, take flight, see the world. Here I stay.
Can she make it happen?
On my own.
A different type of sound,
But my voice
something new to sing,
will be known.
to stand out from the crowd.
I'm on the knife's edge, it's the first step to those lights, but they might be brighter than I bargained for.
The stage is waiting. She thinks she can take us. She's not even famous. What's her deal? We're gonna bring her down. The pieces fall into their places. This chaos by design. We'll fix this world of broken sound. The end is finally in sight.
Eyes on the
Nice.
horizon, I can play
I'm impressed he can do it so well with like the affected voice too.
no regrets or missteps. This is where it starts.
I've always been there, but she's grown beyond this place. Please just come back safe and sound. There's something in her eyes, a blazing passion, a spark like mine, but I can't afford a distraction now. I won't let her down.
I wanna be underneath the lights. I wanna be under lightning. I swear that I'll find what I need deep beneath. To be under the
Props to Lex for holding that note.
Right, forever.
Yeah, beautiful. Great performances. That had like Let It Go energy, and I feel like saying that. I mean that in like the best way.
Oh, sure, yeah.
In the
So-
anthemic, inspiring everybody will like gets in on board with it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't have a kid that watched it
Right.
so many times where that has become like a negative comparison. So.
Jason Charles Miller basically helped to write those songs with Jason, and then we actually brought in Adam Gubman. Ryan, have you met Adam before?
I met Adam at GDC. Laura took me to lunch with him. He's great.
Okay, yeah, he is just a super nice guy.
Yeah,
He's just
yeah,
one of
yeah.
the coolest people. But he also has a background in like he is an excellent producer. He's done a whole lot of stuff for like Disney. I believe he worked on The Last Showman. So that one, what is it? I think it's called "This Is Us" song that was like huge a few years ago.
Yeah.
I believe he was one of the producers for that.
That's awesome.
So yeah, like when you say "Let It Go," it definitely. I think a lot of that was because of him. He just absolutely nails that like AAA, musical,
Yeah.
high polished vibe. Like he's so good at what he does. And this seems like kind of a good stopping point. I wanted you to at least get through that musical number. And also, look at this cool eagle right here. Look how
Right.
awesome that is. Giant.
I wanted to
metal
just
sculpture.
get out visually from under like the pink purple vaporwave.
Yeah.
Again, that's
yeah.
totally my thing. I like that as a starting space.
I think
and
a
it
lot of good games have that. They have like some variety to give your eyes like kind of a break from the same.
Yeah.
The same color scheme for too long.
I'm interested to know what's going to happen when you get to like the explicitly EDM portion, because normally if I would have had to pick like a color scheme for the EDM stuff, the vaporwave colors, like if you look at the Aversa's Arcology album, for instance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Like those are the colors, right? And so I'm eager to see what happens there.
Right.
But I love the setting. I love the musical puns here. I think we're probably going to come back to this after Dragon Quest, actually. Finish
Yeah,
this
yeah,
off.
man, yeah. Well, I'd be happy
First
to
person.
sit and
Please.
drop all kinds of trivia in your chat. So
Please, please,
yeah,
please,
let me
please.
know.
Yeah, we'll let you know when we get back to it, Jimmy. This has been fantastic, though.
This is so
Yeah,
cool.
this was such a crazy project. Like I initially turned this down because like I was just like, Jason, I don't know if this is my wheelhouse, man. Like I don't know how to make pop music. I don't know how to do half these things. I mean, I understand what they are, but you know, just it's it's one thing to understand things. It's another thing to do them well. I mean, like John Williams is amazing, but you wouldn't hire him to write a K-pop track, sort of thing.
Right,
But
right.
That's how I felt. It's just like, you know, I'm good at certain kinds of things, and I don't feel like most of this is any of it is that.
We did have him score
Let's have the
Memoirs of a
music pick
Geisha
up once
though,
for us
so
here.
he doesn't only do stuff in the one.
Yeah, no, it is true. But I gave Jason a hard time too, because it's like he couldn't just, as if it wasn't hard enough already to come up with all like the different variations of all these songs. It's like the dungeon in this level is actually a prog rock dungeon specifically. And so I'm just
Nice.
like, it's not enough that you had to make it hard. You have to make it prog rock, which is arguably the hardest kind of rock music that there is, because it's all mathy and
I was just going to say they
aggressive
actually
and-
care about the way the mathematical ratios of everything plays together, the timing and stuff.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Also, the forms can be so much more like linear, you know, and less like cyclical.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
there is, it's very like episodic, right? Like it just
First
moves,
minute of the
moves you
song
through all
is
these
usually
different areas.
nothing like the last 12th minute of the song.
Right.
Yeah, they take
Yeah,
you
it's
on
like
this long journey.
Yeah. So there was that, and then same thing with pop. Like I actually struggled the most with pop, I think, because pop of all these styles, like pop isn't really like a, you know, I mean, you can't say like, oh, pop is a genre. Like it is, but it also isn't, right? Like what constitutes pop? Like you could pull up any number of songs from like the top 40 lists of like the past 20 years, and they would all be like radically different, right? Because you've got like, you know, you'll have like Justin Bieber and Katy Perry and stuff, but then you'll also have like, you know, Goye and Hootie and the Blowfish and like the Goo Goo Dolls and Cardi B and like and like none of them sound anything alike, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
because pop just means popular. So it's like figuring out how to represent pop without the vocals. Also, like, you know, there's a lot of pop nowadays that's basically just like kind of simplified structure electronic music.
Yeah.
So how do you like separate it from the electronic music without the vocals and stuff, which we, you know, weren't going to do. We just didn't have the budget and the scope for that. So I don't know. It's sort of like, man, you already had this game where I have to write like 11 versions of everything, but on top of that, I have to do it in friggin' not just pop, but K-pop, and not just rock.
Well, I
but,
mean, I was going to say,
Mhm.
you've spoken a couple
Prog
times about certain things being out of scope, and every game has a budget and a scope.
Mhm.
But you've done a heck of a lot here, Jimmy. Like,
this is just kind of my like, you know, do it all project. This is the very much the whole jack of all trades, master of none for me, where I'm like, I got to do everything, and hopefully I did them pretty well. But you know, I don't know. I'm sure that I can't think of really anybody on the planet who probably could have written like every style like to the point of like radio perfection, where it's like, oh yeah, this is it
Yeah.
right here. It's just sort of like, I was just happy if I could like get people to say, oh yeah, I like this. It sounds good. It's not
And
detracting
knowing
from
when
the game.
to it also sounds like there were, you know, you kind of knew when and how to collaborate too. Like there was a point where you're like, okay, let me bring in somebody, you know, in some of these areas as well.
Yeah, well,
And that's also going to face budgetary and time constraints.
for
but
sure. Actually, on that, it's funny you mentioned that, because so like Braybach was one of the first people I reached out to, because we did the Celtic area first, and you know, so a lot of those instruments, like things like bagpipes and you know, like penny whistles and Celtic fiddles and stuff like that. It's like I have libraries for all that, but they're really difficult to like to program in
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
convincing way. Like it's like you can do a passable job if you put enough time into it, but most people are still going to know. They'll be like, oh, that's cool, but that's obvious. That's not a real violin, you know, sort of thing.
yeah.
So it's like that one, what to me was a no-brainer, where I'm just like, man, I want to get like an actual like piper on this, you know, or something. So, and it made a huge difference. Sadly, after that, we got to collaborate very little, and it comes down to, it's a much longer story than I have time to share with you now, but ultimately we lost a huge portion of our budget due to our artwork being reset, not once but twice by Annapurna, after literally months of them being like, okay, yeah, it's going fine. Like, we'd have regular check-in meetings and they're like, looks good. And then months later, they're like, hey, you know how we've been saying it looks good for the past several months? We decided that we lied and we hate it. So you're gonna have to start over. And we're just like,
That's so.
but we've already got we've
gutting.
already got the character art, we've got the rigging, the
Right.
animation,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
3D
yeah.
modeling. So all that just kind of got thrown in the garbage. And so, long story short, when that happens twice, it's just sort of like I'm sitting over there in the corner watching my music budget be like, yoink,
Yeah.
goodbye. So I had to just kind of make do. That was, I'm sure it makes for a good anecdote, but man, it was rough at the time because our art team
Yeah.
was sad and I felt bad for them, and at the same time I'm like, well, there goes my live performer for this level, there goes my live performers
Mhm.
for that level. Certainly not going to get to hire an orchestra at any point now. So,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
that was kind of one of the challenges, but overall it was a lot of fun. Like, I mean, again, it's like how many other games have K-pop and prog rock and regular rock and hip hop and classical music and um, a cappella music and polka and just
I love the polka.
yeah.
I
That was
know.
great.
I think that was the last official track I wrote for it.
Oh my
is-
gosh,
Like he hit me
it's
up. He's
so
like, "Oh, by
good.
the way, you forgot to do a polka track." I was like, "Oh, I forgot about that." And thankfully, it didn't need to be
Amazing.
very long. It's like a 30-second track or whatever. Which,
Yeah, I'm looking at
Thank
it now. It's
goodness.
33 seconds.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank goodness, because
It's so
I'm
good.
happy with how it came out, but I wouldn't have wanted to spend too much more time on that. I was pretty exhausted by that point. But anyway, this has been a lot of fun. I appreciate
Yeah.
you guys.
That's incredible.
Yeah, Jimmy,
down
thanks so
and-
much for coming by.
Such-
Sorry about the random
such
Windows
amazing-
crash in the middle of this, but we'll sort
Yeah, you
that out
should
in
be.
post
That
and
is
design it.
unacceptable. I'm going to call Harold Microsoft right now. He and I are personal friends. I'm going to get him on the horn and get him to revoke your Windows license.
I thought you said the character's name was Karen. Oh, man.
What
I
can
had to say that after our Karen was off stream.
That's
That's
fair.
right.
That's fair. Oh goodness.
Oh,
But,
yeah,
uh,
this is an absolute blast. We're definitely coming back to this one
Ah,
at some point.
Incredible.
And I'm looking through the
Yeah.
track list. I recognize at least 2 people who are just instrumental performers on this, and now I really want to get to their contributions as well.
Wait, who are they? You don't have to tell me what the tracks are, but
Stemage is playing at some point, and so is Kristen. Negus.
Oh yeah, Stimage is coming right up because the
I
prog rock
assumed the
connection, so.
rock area would be Stemage's contribution for sure.
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
had-
absolutely.
We've had a long-standing joke on the stream that if we hear a double read, we're just like, "Oh, it must be Kristen." And sometimes we're just saying that, and then we'll look up the credits, and it will be. Like,
Yeah, but it's Kristen, I don't know,
Yeah.
and I feel bad, like, because I know there's other woodwind players out there, but it's like I'm friends with Kristen. I mean, that's
Kristen's the
also kind of a
best.
testament to the importance of networking because, like, could have been any. It's not that Kristen's the only capable woodwind player, but she's very good and she's my friend and she's reliable, and those are just kind of like the 3
Yeah.
Mhm.
perfect things that you need, really.
Yep.
There's always somebody out there who can do it, but you're always going to want to go with the people you know and like.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Relationships
yeah.
really matter in this business.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like
Yeah.
there have been times where I know there are people that can play circles around me, but there are people that want to work with me because of
Oh,
they're like, you're fun to play with, you show up on time, you're reliable, we like your arrangements, whatever it is. It's like,
every
yeah,
time I
I've
have
totally won gigs over
sung
people
anything
for
for a video game soundtrack, it has almost nothing to do with like I am better than who they could reach out to and find if they would take a lot of time to do it, and more like I know
Yeah.
Ryan is at home over lunch and could get this done in an hour. So
right.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
But yeah, my last bit of trivia there, since you mentioned Kristen, is so unlike my past self, I'm a little disappointed with myself, but this was an actual conscious decision. I usually just like stack the soundtrack with all sorts of puns and wordplay. But since we have so much of that in the game, plus the fact that the drawback to doing that is it kind of makes it harder to go back and like find songs. Like even if you've played the game, sometimes you're just sort of like, okay, where was that one track I liked? If it has just kind of like a random silly name and doesn't, so for this one, I just basically went with like the super vanilla, like the tracks are just named what they are in the game. So, a little bit of spoilers. I mean, really it lists like what levels there are, but,
Mhm.
right.
so
Except
Kristen
for
does
Kristen's
play on
track.
the final boss theme, which was originally just called Final Boss. And then somebody in the People of Note Discord channel, like that played the game, was just like, Yeah, I was playing it on my stream the other day, and somebody was just like, "Yeah, you should name it One Stringed Angel," and I'm just like, "Oh my god, I'm so upset, so angry for not having thought of that first." I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna steal it because why not? I'm a
Oh,
grown
that's
man.
so
Yeah.
good.
I'm gonna do it. Nobody could stop me. It's
And
my
it
Bandcamp page.
is listed that way now.
So I changed
That
it.
is so good.
And then I actually submitted the update on like Spotify and whatnot as well. So at some point it will actually say that on all the streaming platforms. So
But everybody go
Nice.
buy it on, Bandcamp and wherever else. You on SoundCloud too?
yeah, well, I don't know if it's on SoundCloud, but I mean it is on all the usual streaming places and stuff. So go to.
I know, but it's
Apple,
better. It's
Spotify.
better to like buy it from you on Bandcamp.
I do very much appreciate that.
I'm
but,
increasingly like I tell all my students like I dumped Spotify, and I'm trying to just buy things
Yeah.
from people again, and so Bandcamp is kind of one of my
Yeah.
big areas right now. But I mean, I can't replace my whole collection because like a lot of the big stuff isn't on there actually. But for all
Oh,
this
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff,
it's-
it's like buy
it's still
buy
very
stuff.
very indie, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I still want to put it on Spotify because some people just like everybody's poor right now. We're all poor. We're all suffering. It is not
We're
a
all
fun
doing our
time.
best.
It is not a fun time to buy groceries or pay rent right now. So
Oh my gosh,
whatever.
no. Or like exist in global geopolitics.
Yep.
Ugh.
So whatever means you can listen to it. It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple. It's on any of those other 150 stores that they get distributed to or whatever.
Mhm.
But and it is on Bandcamp as well. So I appreciate that.
Well, and if we play again and you either grace us again
Yeah, I'm
by
always
being
happy to
on
come
or even in chat, I definitely want to pick your brain a bit about your albums
Yeah, I'd be happy.
as
Yeah.
well.
And Jimmy, because you were at GameSoundCon a couple years ago. I don't think we saw you this past fall.
I couldn't make it this past fall, but I've actually already booked my hotel for this year. Usually I wait till like
Nice.
the last minute. Like this is crazy. Like this time I'm
This
just
is
like,
way
you know
early.
what?
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna be like,
I run one of the tracks at GameSoundCon and I haven't booked my room yet.
oh, nice, nice.
Dana's
We
room
also
is
haven't-
gonna be
We haven't
comped.
evaluated. Usually when I'm evaluating proposals, then it's like in my head, but we're not there yet. So
I would actually like to submit like a talk on this to get, because I feel like that's the place to do it. I can geek out about all like the struggles and challenges and funny, weird loopholes and solutions we came up with for this really bonkers music game. I mean, it's weird in this point in time when there's like how many thousands of games that come out each month to say like, I think we have a game that might actually do something that no other game does out of all the
yeah.
Yeah,
hundreds of
yeah,
thousands
yeah.
games. But I don't
Well.
think there's other games that have like 11 variations of every combat track. So it's like that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I'll
should
always-
definitely
games aren't
submit
cool
for
as well.
GameSoundCon.
I will push you to submit, even if it's not in my track. Obviously, there's plenty, but I'll let you know that we pester Brian to give us access to everything submitted, and
nice.
we have been known if something is a good fit for the game audio studies track, we have poached them from other tracks.
right,
With the
yeah.
permission of whoever runs said track. And there have been times where people have said no. We actually tried to get John Roberts' Chia Talk a couple of years ago, and
Oh,
Brian
really?
was like, nope, you can't have that one. I asked him personally. I was like, okay, fine.
God, that was
But
such a
yeah,
good
every now
soundtrack.
and then,
Yeah.
we have had folks that are not just on the academic side in
Yeah, for
ours.
sure.
Mhm.
We had Christopher Madigan a few years ago. Gosh, it was a while ago now. Do like a talk on Cuphead and like all his hot jazz research. It was so
Nice.
good.
Nice.
Yeah. Also,
That
for
was-
anybody who watches the stream, sees us in Nakvigum, I have a couple very good stories about when you see me and Laura and Travia together. Jimmy is actually the person who physically introduced the two of us.
Oh, am I?
And the story of that is absolutely wild. I don't even know that Jimmy's heard it in full, actually. But I'm going to tell it to him off of the air right now, and I'll regale everybody in New York in 2 weeks with that story, those of you watching the stream. For now, we're going to say goodnight, though, and we'll be back next
Yeah.
Thursday with more
Good
cool
night
stuff.
to stream
So,
and
good night, team.
yeah, more Dragon Quest 2 next week.
That's right. All right. Bye, folks.
Night.